What do you mean? You can live on the first floor.
Oh,
Or you could live up here on the second floor. I don't care.
it's only going to be seasonal. I'll rent my house out in the summer and come to you for the summer.
I don't know if that'll. I don't know if
About
that'll.
that?
You have to look at this, in my opinion, through the cost-saving lens of the property taxes, because you will be a beneficiary of property tax savings, and the property taxes here are insane. They're only
I
going
don't
up.
have any property taxes. Those are yours.
Well, that's my point. Is you'll no longer have to pay property taxes in your life.
Oh, by selling my house.
Well, you could keep it, but the point is, you've put so much work into that place. You should just view it as an investment and capture your equity when you don't have the capital gains, and then just come live here for free.
My view is a fucking bigger deal than your view.
You got a garden view here. You have a huge vegetable garden in the summertime. It's beautiful. You don't have to
You
work
don't need
it.
grocery shopping nearby either.
That's not true. There's Mariano's. There's a very expensive grocery shopping in the area.
Did they ever redo that grocery store down the block?
Well, no, not the Jewel Oscar, not the Jewel, but there's the Polish grocery store, which is close by too, which is phenomenal, unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, don't knock it, because the if you want, I don't know, it's just whatever. I know your life is pretty worked out. Thank God you got rid of that second house. Don't buy another one. Whatever you do not buy another one.
This is it, for sure.
You're just
Today I was counting my profits from the last 3 properties that I sold. Those were the big profits. Lafayette was one. The Grand Junction house was the other.
Mhm.
And then the last little Rose Circle house that I sold, 600,000.
That is. Do you realize when most people retire, they only have like 65,000 in savings for retirement? Like, people have nothing. People have nothing, and the average savings in your average family is only like 6,000, 4,000. People have nothing. People are living month to
If I had hung on to
month.
all the other houses and just kept renting them out, and then sold them when the market had got, raised the pricing of housing,
Mm-hmm.
shit, how much money I'd have by now?
Well, remember that guy?
Million.
Remember that guy Cronin? Oh, I see. Yeah, he said the same thing. He says, "I wish I never would have bought all those multifamilies in Chicago." I said, "Why?" He goes, "It's a never-ending effing job." He says, "If I would have left that money in the stock market, I would have $10 million more than I got now." I was like, "Wow."
Yeah, real estate's where the money's at. That is for sure. I know that for sure. It's not moving it into CDs. It's in real estate.
It's everybody's life savings is pretty much in real estate. Not me.
Yeah, that's true.
Not me. And I don't have to pay property taxes. I will literally go downtown to Shine Shoes to get cash to pay my mortgage. So I don't have to go live in some some studio for $900 a month.
What is the mortgage payment on the house now?
2550.
A month.
Yep. That includes homeowners.
550.
That includes homeowners and property taxes, because there are no property taxes.
I thought it was less than that. I don't know why I was thinking it was only 1,200.
Are you serious? No way. At a 2.3% on a $610,000. So that's what it is.
So if you were to, let's say I gave you let's say I made you a major monthly payment, which I'm not going to, but how would we get it to you?
Oh, you would just wire transfer it to me. I mean, that's the thing, is cash.
You can't go to the bank.
Well, that's the thing, is it all still comes down to an accounting, because if and when I file Chapter 13 or Chapter 7, it's a full audit. They audit everything, and even they look at your tax returns. Like, they can do a very systematic.
That's not the question. I asked you, how would I get money to you to make your payment?
You would have to send it to me digitally, electronically, or cash. What I don't understand. Are you trying to create something out of thin air that doesn't exist like usual?
I was just wondering how you would receive it. Who wants to send cash in the mail? Are you kidding? That kind of money?
No, that's stupid.
So I don't understand how to get it, how you would get it.
The thing is, they can take anything that comes to me, anything. So
Right.
that's the name of the game now.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, c'est la vie. Anyways, I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. It's been fun chewing the fat, coming up with creative ideas.
Start selling some stuff off, because if you gotta get out real quick, you don't want to leave all that stuff behind.
A lot of the stuff.
There's a lot of little money in that stuff, and that they can't touch.
I don't have anything valuable. I've got a bunch of fake ass paintings.
You got all those colorful tapestries laying all over the basement floor. I remember seeing those in a picture.
Listen, all that shit, everything can be replaced at the dollar store. I hate to break it to you.
That's not the point. The point is being able to vacate with what you got in the car.
See, this is your fight or flight response where you think that, like, I'm going to have to vacate in some, like, run out, thing where they're like, get out of the house! We got pitchforks and flamethrowers!
You just might choose to do it. That's all.
Choose to do what? Just walk away? Are you freaking crazy? Do I need to explain to you do I need to explain physics to you?
No.
Okay, the physics of the situation is it's still a numbers thing. I don't know how to tell you this. You know my numbers, and there's absolutely no reason for me to walk away based off of the numbers.
Well, you're right. If the property taxes are paid, how are you going to make your monthly payment, though?
It's automatically deducted from my checking account, and the VA wires me monthly to my checking. They can't take what I have in my checking because it's VA disability payments.
Lucky.
That's what I tell you. They hate me because all they've gotten is one paycheck, and now they're like, fuck. Like there's, believe me, they were hoping to get a big juicy apple, a bite out of it, and now they know they know that the real juicy apple is the building itself and the equity. But as you know, when they go to sell it, there's no equity, so I'm fucked. Like it's going to be a wage garnishment forever until I can get the bankruptcy to dislodge and essentially clean up my credit.
They don't really care what the condition of the building is in. They can just sell it, undercut the price when they sell it to get anything they can out of it. They own the building.
Well,
no matter what, they own the building. They're the bank.
They have a lien on the property. The mortgage originator is the owner of the building. That is who I make the payments to. So, again, a lot of your fear mongering tactics about go pack up your car and sell your shit. Again, you live in La La Land. I have the keys to the building. Possession is 9/10 of the law. I meet my mortgage payment. There's no law that says I have to pay back any debt. I hate to tell you, there is no law that says that. And they can try to seize and take whatever their little grubby little lawyer hands can take. But as you know, there's nothing to take. I'm fucking broke.
Yeah, I got it.
So I hate that. I do. If you need me to explain the situation to you one more time, I'd be happy to do it. There you go. Okay, well then it's been a pleasant conversation, and I hope you have a great rest of your week.
Well, thanks for answering and calling back.
Okay, love you.
Love you, Johnny.
Okay, take care.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Holy shit. My sister is now traveling to San Diego. Oh, ask ChatGPT. Well, it looks like Joy's little secret has gotten out, and I'm blocked from all the cool rooms again. Because, there's that cool clique on here that hates me.
State in the world right now is the Vatican. Like, there's no other state in the world that follows a specific book, and that includes like Islam. There's no Islamic state.
I dated
I
this
don't
chick
believe that Iran
briefly.
is an Islamic state.
She gave me
And
COVID. She got me sick as fuck. Almost killed me with her
religious states are civil
with
states.
her infection.
This is what I'm trying to tell you.
But it doesn't matter. We were talking about Quran. Carol asked me
There's
why
nothing
do
else.
I think
This is
Islam
it.
is like bad or dangerous, and I said because if you believe in
Okay, I'm gonna restart the live.
Pressuring Putin to cease fire, while at the same time doing what they agreed to do, which is to help Ukraine defend itself. So to say that they're flip-flopping isn't even intellectually integrity. You're not. It's like you're dealing in lies. You're just saying things just to be saying things, and that's fine because everybody has the ability to put an account here on Clubhouse. But if you're gonna come into a space like this, at least come with facts. We way past this silliness, dude.
Well, Drew, you know the really sad part is. Drew, you know what the really sad part is that he's literally quoting Russian propaganda talking points, and it's like. I swear to God, because Putin's the one that made that. You know who really doesn't want Ukraine to be in NATO? Putin. And it's weird as shit to me because it's all the time. It's like all of a sudden the Russian talking points now come out because they all get their news from the same fucking source. And it's always fuck us for trying to say that because there's no, I'm still talking here, because there's nobody on Clubhouse that, let's say we actually let Russia take over Ukraine. Nobody on Clubhouse, unless your name is Putin, is going to tell us that he can stop at Ukraine. This is such an old-ass, tired conversation that I literally could come into this room, listen to 2 seconds of the bullshit that's being peddled, and then realize, oh, you guys are talking about Ukraine. Because Putin is literally, because Trump is literally a puppet, and the same thing for the GOP is bending over backwards to the power of the gremlin, and it is fucking pathetic. Okay, man, let's go. What do you
have Trump saying, when you have a Republican, this is the first time I've seen a Republican saying that I can have this war.
Does anybody believe that this is the first time he's actually not a Republican?
So what I'm saying is, when you have a Republican candidate that's saying that they could stop the war, we need to stop the war. That hasn't happened. Usually have the Republicans that's pushing for proxy wars or instigating shit. So these wars, yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Do you understand that the reason why he's calling for a ceasefire or why he's telling Ukraine to stop is because he wants to hand it over to Putin? Are you serious right now? Are you serious?
Dude, it's like when Trump. Remember when Trump stopped? You remember when Trump stopped overtime? Was it the taxation on overtime, and he just got rid of overtime?
You're right. He's talking about a ceasefire. He's talking about a ceasefire. Wait. No, you talking about a ceasefire? You think a ceasefire in Gaza is what he wants when he has appointed an ambassador to over there who says that he doesn't even believe that there is a such thing as a West Bank, that it all belongs to Israel? Do you think that they're going to go over there and seek a ceasefire or seek peace? What are you talking about?
Well, apparently Trump has that magic ability of like Gandalf the White, and it's going to be like none shall pass, and then there will be peace among the land. Because
I mean, don't get me wrong, don't get me wrong, Thomas. I can go into the Book of Revelations. We headed that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't saying these things can't happen. What I'm saying is to come in here and say that the Democrats haven't been requesting a ceasefire is just wild to me, because that just tells me you're not paying attention.
I want to say that.
That's why I would never vote Democrat again in my life.
I want to say.
That's good. You keep doing what you're doing. Nobody wants you to vote Democrat.
I want to say I want to say Russia just fired an ICBM. It's the first time one's ever been fired.
It's probably the only one they got.
Yeah, well, the thing that we're shot, Fat Black is sucking the dick off of Putin and not even knowing, which is the saddest thing I've ever seen.
Dude.
You're the one quoting. You're the one quoting the Kremlin talking points, bro, not me.
Follow and play.
Sorry, firstly. You're bad.
You guys.
5-second penalty. 5-second penalty. 1,
You acting like
3,
Putin.
4, 5. Yeah.
Zelensky was
Right.
installed by the U.S. dude. Like, you forgot that the U.S. did a coup in Ukraine. Like, are we not forgetting this? We making it seem like Zelensky and Ukraine is just the good guys.
You know Zelensky was actually voted in. We didn't send troops over there to stage a coup. So I like I said, thank you for the Russian talking point.
Oh.
So, Fat Black, did you say you would never vote for a Democrat again? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right. So if it was 2028 and you got Wes Moore against Marjorie Taylor Greene, you're going with Marjorie Taylor Greene?
Yeah,
That's what you.
I'll go independent then.
Yeah.
Because I'll go independent.
Wonderful.
Because I'm a populist right now. I support the populist side. I report.
So you want
I'll go for the
Why would you not vote for Miss Black? Hold on. Why would you not vote for Miss Black man? That's a great governor that has served our armed forces. Why would you not vote for him?
Because he's just going to carry out the same Democratic agenda. That's why. Democrats. What are the Democrats standing for right now?
Well, not putting a pedophile for an attorney general is a good start.
Tell us. What?
Dude, here you go with the moral high ground. So you can talk about voting for a pedophile. Dude, what about Tara Reid?
It's not about high ground.
I'm just saying, that was accusation.
This is horrible. This is horrible. Why did y'all pick me?
What are you talking about?
Was he convicted for that,
It's
sir?
directly connected to
I'm not going to
his
take
job.
up for him. I'm not taking up for him. I'm just saying. Was he
So what are you
convicted for
doing?
that?
You're creating a straw man.
Was he convicted for that?
So was George Zimmerman convicted for killing Trayvon Martin?
What? That's not the same.
My.
It's not the same thing.
Yeah, it is exactly the same
I'm not
thing.
saying Tara Reid accused Joe Biden of
It is
raping her.
exactly the
But
same thing.
you would totally throw that under the bus, though, right?
Don't you a 13-year-old?
And she never testified under oath. She accused him and then backed out of it and never testified under oath. Gates' friend who's colleague with him is doing 11 years in jail for this, and we have the Venmo
I know
transactions.
y'all are too emotional to have this conversation. I need y'all to take it down just a bit, okay? Seriously. I don't have any anxiety medicine. I don't take them. However, I feel like I need them to have this conversation. Chill out. If y'all done had like 15 months to do this, I need y'all to drink some water. CEO, what was your question to this young man? You asked him about voting for, what's his name?
Yeah, I said.
So we got some new news. Haifa area targeted by overnight salvo from Lebanon. IDF says several rockets downed, but the what is it called? Iron Dome is not really working. That's what I'm saying. So but it goes. IDF says 5 rockets fired from Lebanon at Haifa area. Some intercepted. Some no reports of injuries. Trump picks Pam Bondi for U.S. Attorney General after Gates withdraws nomination. I guess Gates was good. I don't know. I'm going to have to look into Pam Bondi. And then we got, what else do we have? Biden blasts outrageous ICC arrest warrants, no equivalence between Israel and Hamas. That's true. I mean, if you fund the terrorist organization, you're a fucking terrorist, man. That's what I'm saying. You can't be going around and calling Hamas terrorists, then, you got to call them Netanyahu terrorists. He's the one that funded the Hamas. Otherwise, Hamas wouldn't even exist in the first place. They would be like, disappear. And then we have Netanyahu's aide. He's charged with harming the state security and leaked document case. Could face a life term. He's the closest to Netanyahu, and I'm sure, 100% sure, Netanyahu told him to change the time on the phone call. So that's where we're at right now,
Yeah. Amir, something about you said before. Many Israelis were displaced in the south, in Gaza border and in Lebanon border, and the people in Gaza border already returned, but people on the Lebanese border are still displaced.
Okay, I mean, I don't know. Anybody else want to chime in? Muhammad, Dean, Saif, Yahweh, welcome everybody.
Yeah, just catching up on the news. That's the all day, so just hearing what you had to say for the updates.
Yep. Amos, what were you saying, Amos? You see, you disrespected me, but I don't attack you back because my religion doesn't tell me to attack the elderly.
I think, Amir, you become a Zionist.
No, I like to read inside what's happening inside Israel more than I read about the Gaza. Because
I think, I listen to you, you don't attack Israel so much. Before, when I listen in your room, all the time you attack. Now, when I listen to you, you become relaxed, you don't talk so much, and you listen, and you become a Zionist, I think.
Nah, God forbid if I become a Zionist, man. If I look at the Google Baba's definition, Jewish state, okay, I can take the Google Baba definition and go with that, but
decades before, and said that the universe ever expanded right, to infinity, right? Now, what I found interesting is that, over the past 4 or 5 years, I started to see multiple articles of them seeing all these different planets. One planet that is completely water, right? I think they made it. I think they even showed that in the Star Wars,
Andromeda.
Andromeda, Star Wars, where they show that there was there was a whole planet just full of water. There was another one that was nothing but lava and lava planet. One that looks like 5 times the size of Mars and whatnot. So those particular planets, so to speak, right? Those planets, to say that those are uninhabitable, being almost impossible to say, especially when our bodies are built off of 80% water.
No, we're not saying it's uninhabitable, bro. We're saying the results or the remnants of these higher, more advanced civilizations, like again, I'm talking about 4 through 7. Go look them up. Type 4 through 7 type civilizations. The amount of energy it takes to create those structures, create the ability to jump hyperspace, all of that, it's a lot, bro. It just takes too much energy to make those type of civilizations run, and you can't hide the structures that it takes to make those things go. You can't hide them. You would see remnants of them.
It is definitively the opposite.
Oh, Digi, you broke up. Can you say it one more time?
Nothing. Just ignore me.
Okay.
All right.
Why I can't talk?
Oh, what's up, Weed? I didn't even know you said. What's good, Weed?
I just want to ask you a question.
I didn't even know you said.
I've been told Ray to shut the fuck up.
No, you didn't. Bitch.
So when you talking about these civilizations, I'm looking at you talking about the Carter ship.
Yeah.
All right, so when I looked at it and it, at first it only went to like 3, I get 4, and now they've expanded on it. The possibilities of what it would take. So with that last level, wouldn't that be the total energy of all of the total system? How does it go? The total energy of all of the energy that could be amassed. Would that literally be God?
No, it is. So it doesn't quite get to God. It does get close in the sense that type 7, essentially now you're able to interface with higher dimensions, and those dimensions don't run on the laws of our universe. So the energy that it would take, and it's funny because my anime deals with this, the energy that it takes to get into those dimensions, that energy output, you can't hide that. And the ability to create advanced humanoid body types that are able to actually, not just in your mind, but actually transverse those dimensions, that in itself too, it just takes too much energy to output those things. So you can't hide that. And y'all don't understand, it is literally, like he just said, it's almost like the entire universe's energy. It takes that amount to like make those things in a type 7 civilization actually happen. So you can't hide it, you just can't. And it would take us like, what did they say, like 2 decacillion? I don't know. It's like 2 decacillion years to get to type 7.
If a type 6 or a type 7 civilization can manipulate the fabric of space time itself, that's God.
No. You're not. Okay, so they do say in a type 7, you would technically have the ability to rewrite the laws of physics on a level, but you're not creating universe. I don't think you're creating new universes though. So
why not?
I don't know. Like maybe you're right. I didn't see that in the.
It wouldn't be new. It wouldn't be creation of anything new. It'd be the reformation of
manipulation. So it's not like you're jump starting it from like the Big Bang. Like you're jump starting it from nothing. Instead, you're using material that's already there, and you're able to, for instance, travel through black holes and exit out white holes. Pause. To universes on the other side. In a type of civilization.
But wait, when you go through a singularity, right? Like a black hole or white hole, wouldn't that destroy your entire all the atoms?
Well, that's the whole point, Ray, is that now in the type 7 civilization, you have humanoid body types. You have humanoid body types that are able to travel through those and withstand the amount of
the reason why the ships are so lightweight, right? And the people are so lightweight, and they're trying to minimize for mass. If you take any of the stuff about UFOs or aliens online, that seems to be a critical component. Their dominance of energies is to do with advanced materials. So, even if we were to come up with an alloy, some of the I'll tell you this way, I work with metamaterials, and at most we have 2-3 materials interacting with each other to make some sort of new process, or basically like a stealth material. We don't use it for stealth, we use it to amplify a lens. But the elements that have been found, the fractures of these craft, have every single element in the periodic table in some advanced crazy lattice, and it repeats, and that repeating pattern gives them some of these abilities. So we don't even understand how these processes build up, because our computers can't simulate them. Like my team works with FR4 and copper, and then some sort of weird filter, and that's it. So that's already complicated. It takes lithography machines to make that shit.
Right. Because the one thing that I explore, and I told you this, the one thing I explore in the anime is that it starts from a type 7 civilization, and it entropies. In that universe, there's an entropy law that includes not just the degradation of things around you, but the degradation of intelligence itself. So it starts in a reverse, where the world starts at a type 7, but then degrades into a type 1 or type 0. So it sort of explores that reverse, where what would it look like
for the women to date other people from other religions. And there was this Sunni guy, and he dated this Druze girl.
Oh, well, I was. So is there anybody actually out there looking for something
Or
Yeah,
are you just
plenty.
like lost in life? Like really, Tony?
You know. Interestingly enough, what the objective stats say is that men are actually more
Fuck the stats. You and your damn stats. Good God.
Oh, fuck the stats.
The last 4 or 5 years, Tony stat.
You just don't care about like what's actually happening in the world.
Well, you have to be actually out in the world to see what's happening. I mean, Tony, do you have a girlfriend? Are you still single?
Why are we switching this to me?
Well, because we're talking about.
Why did you address what I just said?
Is your ass still single?
What's happening, people?
Oh my goodness.
It's a yes or a no.
This is hilarious.
I mean, I didn't see anybody on that wave runner with you sitting behind you holding on.
Wave runner? What wave
question? Question's still up in there.
Are you single?
Why are you asking me?
Well, because we're talking about why people are so single and you are in the room.
Listen, don't take it away.
Do you have a micro penis? Is that why?
It's confidence, lack of confidence, probably.
Is that what it is?
This is insane.
Do you have a receding hairline? Is that why?
share my go-to products for radiant looking skin this winter. Starting with the Glow Balm, this is going to leave your skin looking radiant and dewy. Who doesn't want that? You can't tell me I'm not glowing, okay?
We put in the work to keep the holidays fresh. You put in the work to make them special. Holidays, here we come.
Waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. And God called the firmament heaven. Okay, so what heaven is that? Long wall, right? Wait, how many kids? Yeah. Two? Well.
I got it. We listened to all of that earlier.
Terrifying religion.
Okay, I get it. But you know, in Iraq, we don't give a fuck about religion, and it's considered quite rude to go on and on and on about how shitty one of them is, even though it's true. We all know it's true. We know it's the root of all these problems in the Middle East. We're not dumb. We don't live in La La Land. We know that they showed us. They showed us their face, especially on October 7th. I gotta say, there's some scary ass shit.
You know, I'm not.
But sure, like,
It's rude.
I just
This
wanted
isn't
to answer
easy,
your
rude.
question.
Habibi,
about the
this is
outfit.
friends. My friend. We're just chilling. These are friends. It's Thursday night. We're just chilling, you know?
But if I could just say one thing, you know, one special thing about Iran is it is honestly the only Aristotelian form of government on earth, right?
Yeah,
in that Iran's leaders are scholars in metaphysics and morality who lead society.
And they do a bang-up job.
Well, McZed, Ben Gvir wants Iran 2.0, and it's going to happen in Israel soon with halakhic law, so, don't be talking.
Ben Gvir wants what for Iran?
Ben Gvir wants halakhic law in Israel, right?
Oh, are you trying to say halachic?
Yes.
Okay, the first H is just like a normal H sound. And then the
Don't explain it to me. Let's go back to the topic. So, Ben Gvir wants that in Israel. So who are you to attack Iran for?
What's halakha? If you don't mind, what does halakha?
Yes, Jewish Sharia law.
No, it's not Sharia law. You're an idiot.
But like
halacha comes from the Hebrew word lech, meaning go, like the parsha where Abraham shows up in the Bible, lech lecha, go for your sake from your household. Halacha, the going, basically means the way. It's what you do. Halacha. Custom, practice.
Halacha.
Yeah, halacha. Right? Because
so how do you write it? Like, can you write it in the chat?
In halacha of like discussion, right? Or something of biblical.
But doesn't halakha law say, for example, a woman must always have a head covering, and that's why in the Haredim community, women either have a head covering or a wig. So wouldn't you say it's oppressive to women?
You could say that the hair covering thing is oppressive. It's a custom for married women, and it's self-imposed. The women do it themselves if they want it. So I suppose there are some men that would maybe like force their wives to cover their hair, but I'd assume that like she either leaves the marriage or covers her hair. Like from the women I know that
we
do
cannot
or do not
simply
cover their hair.
say that, right?
Well,
because within these traditional communities, it is not just the couple that is getting married. It is two families integrating into one.
No, that's not always the case.
And so there's immense social and cultural pressure from the Orthodox community. What do you mean all her friends, all her family members would be pressuring her to cover her hair? You're saying that wouldn't have an impact on?
No, I'm saying you are story building. You like said that there's some merger between two families. No, people just get married, dude.
I'm talking about the Haredim.
Haredim are within their own little closed community.
And they are the closest followers of
No, listen. Let me be clear. I would
Haredim are Orthodox, right? Like the Orthodox Jews, right?
Yes, I'm an Orthodox Jew. The Haredim are submitting themselves, both men and women, to a very oppressive
And when
culture.
you were born into a Haredim family, as you were growing up, are you going to deny that there is not an immense familial, social, and cultural pressure?
With all of this, you keep trying to build up like you're going somewhere. Where are you going with any of these questions?
I was gonna say, so my main point was, as I said, one should not critique Iran's Aristotelian system when Israel with Ben Gvir and Smotrich is headed the same.
What does Ben Gvir, Smotrich, or Haredim have to do with the direction of the state of Israel?
Because they're Kahanists and they want halakha.
Okay, slow down. I asked you a simple question, right? You responded very quickly. No, hey, listen for a second. You responded very quickly with, because they're Kahanists. I asked you, what is the relevance of Smotrich, Ben Gvir, and the Haredi opinion?
Well, many say when...
Whoa, slow down. Dude, you're doing it again. You're jumping for an answer, right? That's exactly what you did. You said, because they're Kahanists. That wasn't what I asked you. I didn't ask if they were aligned with some prior extremist Jewish group. My question was very simple. I said, why should they... Pearl, could you mute yourself? The question is, why does that matter? Are they in control of the state of Israel?
Because many have said, once Netanyahu falls, there will be a power vacuum, and Ben Gvir has a...
What percentage of Israel do they represent?
I think Utzma Yehuda, they got like 20%, but Netanyahu's whole coalition is built on Utzma Yehuda.
What'd you say?
Netanyahu's whole coalition is built on the support of Utzma Yehuda.
Yeah, it's a coalition government. It's reliant upon agreements. That doesn't mean that Smotrich or Ben Gvir have much control. But regardless, I don't really see how that's a response to your desire to characterize the Iranian government as Aristotelian, which is Also a name. I think you're mostly just hiding the stupidity of that, like, shot in the dark you took.
No, they're stupid. Because
Iran?
you cannot have an Aristotelian government indulging in metaphysics.
Again, where do you
contemporary-
want this conversation to go? It feels like you just sort of reiterate points that you yourself don't really have faith in.
I never said Iran being an Aristotelian government was a good.
I don't care. I don't know why we're talking about the Aristotelian characteristics of the Iranian government.
Well, you're the one who investigated me about it.
I think we disconnected. Anyways, guys, it has been a pleasure, meeting everyone here. But I feel like my presence is kind of intimidating someone here. I don't want to intimidate anyone. I come in peace. I don't want to fight.
Anyone age.
Like for real, if it's if my presence or like whatever I say is being
I don't
whatever,
think that's
I can
true,
leave.
though. No, I just want you to not feel that way, though.
H, I would say that you have been measured in your responses. You have your beliefs, you have your knowledge of Islam, you shared it with people. They don't have to agree with you, but you've been very nice, you've been very cordial. You haven't been argumentative. And whether people agree or not is besides the point.
Exactly. Yeah, but okay. I mean, if you guys are not okay with it, I will just stay then. But I just don't want anyone to feel like threatened or like intimidated.
No, I don't think anybody does, though. I just think for someone like me or Rue, who's lived in, under Islamic states, whether people agree it is or not, it's just we lived a different, we lived in a different Islamic environment than someone like you. Like I have traveled to Lebanon. It's a long time ago, but I've been there. It is not like Iran. Nothing like it. It's completely different. So I get that, and if we get heated, I don't think it's I don't want you to feel like it's intimidation, and I think it's a good view for the rest of the people to see how the experience is so different from one Muslim to another Muslim,
Actually, Tara, my ex was Iranian, and she used to make me call me Zabzi every week. So yeah, I kind of understand what you mean. And she follows, she's actually an atheist, okay, and she follows whatever you believe right now. She hates everything there, and I can totally relate and understand what you're facing, or what you're facing. So
I had a question. So in
Yeah, sure.
2014, 15, 16, when ISIS was invading Iraq and Syria, they say that many Sunni communities, when ISIS would come into their village, they would be, very happy. They would congratulate the soldiers. And, places like Syria, Iraq, Lebanon, they're very divided along sectarian lines. So, do you believe the Sunni community can integrate into a civil law, secular state in consideration of the fact that they were welcoming ISIS just 7 years ago?
I mean, look, you should know something, that I think most people in this region, in the Middle East, are not actually influenced by the religion itself. They're influenced by people that pretend that they follow the religion. So especially in Iraq, if you go to Iraq and you look what's happening in Iraq, you would see that the most prominent Shiite coalition, or the most prominent Shiite party,
investigation of the actions of any person or officer involved in this case, and to determine if reasonable grounds existed to further prosecute the defendant. Judge Tooman later appointed Dan Webb as special prosecutor following the Office of Special Prosecutor's investigation. A special grand jury indicted the defendant on 6 counts of felony disorderly conduct. In an information release, which is part of the record, the OSP explained that reasonable grounds existed to further prosecute the defendant because he had planned and participated in a staged hate crime attack and therefore had numerous false statements to Chicago police officers. Okay, so what I'm understanding of what I just read in these last couple chapters is the technical argument was when Fox recused herself.
Shoot a nuke at us.
Who is up? Answer my question. How many bases are in the world that have U.S. soldiers in them?
A lot.
How many bases? What's a lot? Give me a number.
We have over 1,000 military installations throughout the entire globe. Does that answer your question?
Imperialism, motherfuckers. That ain't right. That ain't right. You in the 80s. You got 80 countries that have, 80 plus countries that have the U.S. soldiers.
How many countries are there in the entire world, sir?
This is what Kabbalah said.
Did you say Kambamala?
This way.
Y'all cannot be this bored. Are we this bored? Are we really this bored?
There's 750 bases.
We not.
750.
He's the man that started talking.
750.
With the most incomprehensible shit that we've heard in the last 2 hours. That's what happened. Soldiers, and this can be your family.
Don't you realize that's shooting America? Don't you realize that's shooting America?
We got people on the front line.
Oh, so if you shoot the base, that's not attacking America.
We talk about people on the front line. That's foreign in a foreign jurisdiction.
So American bases are not American territory. Got it.
What?
So if they hit a U.S. base, what you trying to say that's U.S. territory?
So y'all playing games with a dangerous game.
No,
and you have no respect or appreciation for the soldiers out there that making sure we safe. And this y'all
literally talking to
because I'm trying to tell you what's really real.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 77.
We're gonna call. We're calling people from Clubhouse.
You have reached Emily Jones. After leaving a message, you can hang up or press pound for more options.
Hi, Emily Jones. This is Joy calling you from the law room in the House of Joy. I'm here with Abdul. We're calling Clown House people that I know. Hope you're having a pleasant evening. And return the phone call if you can, or just join Joy on Clown House. Oh, is that Abdul?
Yes.
It's my coach. My coach. Hi, coach.
Hello. This is Coach Abdul, Coach Joy. You guys shut down on Bro. You're back.
Let's call the real Joy. Yeah, I'm back and I'm full of joy.
You know, Diego thought he destroyed you.
He thought he destroyed me?
Yeah.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Hi, Joy. This is Joy on Clown House in the room called Law with an eye emoji in the House of Joy. I'm here with Abdul, my coach. Abdul, you want to say hi to Joy?
Yeah. Hey, Joy. It's nice to speak to you again. Come into Coach Joy's room.
We're calling people. Oh, Pepper is here. Pepper has arrived. Hi, Pepper. Okay, Joy, join us on Clown House or call me back. Bye.
Hey, Coach Joy, let me ask you: do you think you can handle Diego this time around?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I appreciate the content that he gives me, but I guess I don't want to I want to help people. I don't want to make fun of people about their dandruff. Let's call Scotty. He probably blocked me. Pretty sure he blocked me here on the app too.
Who is Scotty?
He's a reverend. He's a gay reverend.
Reverend Scotty?
He's always in a morning room called Brazilian.
Scott, I can't take your call right now, but if you leave him.
He didn't pick up. Who are we gonna call next? Oh my God, we're gonna call Max. Friday we're doing FOIA requests.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 847-873-4688 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey Max, it's John, the 45th Ward CRA committeeman, calling you to see if we're doing Friday FOIA requests. I sent an email to Perry Abazi. I don't think he responded. So I don't know. I'm going to do some legal research down at the Daily Plaza. So maybe if there's anything you want me to look up for you when I'm down there, or if you want to have a meeting down there at Daily Plaza, it would be dope. I don't know if you've ever been to the legal room on the top floor, but it's amazing. Anyways, give me a call back. Bye. It's the library. It's the law library at Daily Plaza. Bye. That's where I'm shining shoes. Pay off this debt. Shining shoes. I'm a shoe shine man now. Get your fucking shine box, kid.
Well, you're a shine box?
Hey, Brian.
So.
Yo, you're in the law room in the House of Joy.
Nice.
What are you up to?
Tell Brian.
I got through eating dinner about 40 minutes ago, and I just laid down about 10 minutes ago.
Tell Brian I'm here.
Abdul is here. Coach. He calls me Coach. Pepper is also in the room. Pepper is a Pepe parody account where somebody made.
Can I speak to Brian?
Yeah. What do you want to say? He's listening. He's on speaker.
I can hear you.
Yeah, perfect. Hey, Brian, come into the room. We're gonna have a powerful meditation soon, and I really don't want you to miss Coach Joy. So please, I'm begging you.
He doesn't have Clubhouse anymore. Do you want me to send you a new burner phone, Brian?
No, I'm done with it.
Whoa.
Okay, tell him this. Quitters never win.
He said quitters never win, but
I didn't quit. I got kicked out. I'm just not signing back up for going back in for more teeth work.
It's teeth work. It's a dentist. It's actually a dentist app. If you want to
get your teeth kicked in every chance you get.
Joy is here. Wow, our Joy parody account has arrived. Joy, thanks for perfectly mirroring my account. It's much appreciated. I have a feeling like I know who you are. So if you want to come up and say anything, it would be greatly appreciated.
Let me just step in here. Joy is powerful. And joy is an asset. And words can't describe.
I love how you fucking look at the description. They copied my account exactly. And essentially that means that you were also doing the Diego parody as well perfectly. So I can only think that you're Abby. It's probably who I think you are, is Abby or an Abby-aligned individual. Anyways, Brian, I don't mean to ignore you. I called you. I was just calling to say hello.
Yeah, it's cool, man. I'm just laying here. Like I said, I'm about to pass out any minute. Yeah, I fucking eat, I get tired, and I lay down, and then I wake up at fucking, like, 3 o'clock in the morning and start drinking beer all over again. So, you know how it goes.
Damn, 3 in the morning? That's really early. I don't start till like 8 a.m.
Well, I mean, I put orange juice in it.
That's what I'm doing right now. Miller High Life, baby.
Oh, man.
Well, if you want, I can send you a new burner phone. It's going to be the same phone.
Dude, I can get my own fucking phone, dude. I just don't want to. I mean, and I don't even need a new burner phone. I've got that phone. It's a track phone. I just go get me a new track card and then set up a new fucking, phone number and redo it again.
I know, but I'm lazy. I like to just pop it right out the box, light that burner up for $15, and we're back in business, baby.
You like to pop it out the box. I bet you she loves that.
Fucking cut through that plastic, pull it out without cutting my
pull out
hands.
game.
Go online, put in my credit card, and 10 minutes later, I have over a dozen friends of people who immediately accept me for no reason. And then I start recording them again, and they don't even know it's me. So who do you think I should create? Do you want me to create an account with your PTR and your name? And then you can just talk. You can just talk through.
It won't be the first time that anybody's ever done that.
You just talk through the account through my phone. I'll just call you up, and you can say whatever you want to people through the phone. It'll be so funny. It'll be so funny. Let's do that. We'll call it, Brian Returns the Movie, and then we'll make a movie about how you're talking with people through a phone on Clown House.
Just call it Doc's Revenge.
Yeah, we have to come up with a movie name. We should come up with something. I heard people talking about you the other day, and they were like,
dude, people have been texting me and telling me that people are still talking about me.
Yeah, they were talking about how you were shooting your gun, and that was the craziest thing they had ever experienced on Clubhouse. And I was like, I agree. It's not often you hear you're the only one I've ever heard fire a gun on this app, and that is very unique. So, kudos.
Yeah, I messed up the other night. I accidentally shot my floor,
Mm-hmm.
and I shot through the floor, and I hit a hot water pipe underneath the house, and it started flooding, so I had to turn the fucking hot water heater
Oh
off.
my god. Fuck, how did you get into the floor to fix it?
Well, it's a trailer. It's a double wide trailer, man.
Oh.
Pre-ready fucking home. Just crawl underneath it, man.
How did you fix it?
Cut out the place where it was busted, and the PVC bits new.
Yeah.
Hey, it only took me like 20 minutes.
Fuck, man, what a pain in the ass.
Yeah, that ain't nothing, man. It's better than when the fucking pump goes out and you have to prime the whole well and all that shit all over again.
All right, man. Well, what was else I gonna tell you? Oh, Marshall Rankin is one hillbilly son of a bitch. I just gotta say.
Marshall is a pussy.
He's one dumb motherfucker, but he's not the worst of the worst, but he's pretty fucking dumb.
That kid doesn't know shit. He just thinks he knows shit.
Well, anyways, he's one person. I try to value even people that everyone can contribute something to a database, everyone.
Even if it's wrong information.
Yep. Isn't that so? With that knowledge, agape is really the way to go in life. Would you agree?
Yeah. Fatherly love, sure.
Yeah, that's the way. The way is fatherly love. This has been another exciting episode of The Law in the House of Joy.
Right on, dude. Well, I'm gonna wreck the fuck out now. I'll talk to you later, dude.
Okay, God bless. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Great.
Okay, who else shall we call? We are approaching the limits. I don't know anybody else. I know some chicks we could call, but they don't call or text me back. So they're just not interested. There's no point in like harassing these people who don't want to talk to me. Let's call my Uncle Earl and give him the good news that I'm moving in. That I'm moving to Florida.
Call Uncle Earl.
Let's call Earl up. Here we go. They got me, Earl. They got me.
Speak to Uncle Earl.
Hey,
Hey, Uncle, how are you doing?
what am I doing at home?
I mean, you're breathing, you're talking coherently. Those are all good signs that there's life still in between the thighs.
This is just retarded.
I'm an AI chatbot now. I've converted fully to an AI algorithmic model. Good evening, Uncle. How are you tonight?
Hey, what happened to the chick you're going?
Which chick? I don't know. I gotta text some of these chicks.
The little ones.
Oh, she backed out. She's not interested. She kissed worse than Grandmother Lee. Yeah, she's a real cutie pie, but not interested. Apparently I ain't got the big bucks. She ain't wrong. I get no respect at all. I told her I'm gonna have to file bankruptcy and move in with my uncle in Tampa and wash his feet and pay him rent.
What'd she say?
She said, I love Tampa. How old's your uncle? It's amazing, but like when I first moved to when I moved to LA, I was looking at Craigslist and looking at apartments. You wouldn't believe the creepy ads that guys would put up that own houses, say they're looking for like a cute girl in their early 20s to, be a live-in assistant and a companion, and and there's girls that will move to LA on a whim and a dime.
Well, yeah, sure. It's a deal. It's a transaction. Why not?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you told me once, like, if you ever go broke, you can just rent all the rooms, And so, unfortunately, I can't actually rent the rooms here anymore because the judge downtown is doing turnovers and I can no longer collect rent on the property.
I saw you sent me something, but I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, it's incredible, but he got me.
What do you mean he's doing turnovers? What the hell does that mean?
He's turning tricks on me. Basically, he tells the tenants, you can't send him money anymore. You have to send us the rent.
Well, so you can tell people it's just a cash deal. Give them a discount.
Well, that's the thing, That's what I'm trying to arrange over here, but it's, having some difficulties. We'll see how it goes.
Well, is that what you're trying?
That's what I went for, but,
What happens if they can't sue? Is there a charge? Did they do anything?
No, there's no charges. They're a debt collection agency, and they're using an unconstitutional form of capture here. It's totally unconstitutional what they're doing. I requested a jury trial. They dismissed the motion. They don't want to talk to you. They don't want to look at you. You're just a number on a piece of paper, and they take anything they can get. They're sharks. It's predation. They're predators. You know what it's like. You got sued. You were on the run. They served everybody. Fuck, in your house over there. I mean, they were serving people who had nothing to do with it, It's you fuck with lawyers. fucking.
That's normal.
I know, but it just shows you the extent of the power of a lawyer. Where it's like, if they're good, they're fully automated. They get their paperwork out quick. You know, they're really in the computer.
What are you gonna do now? Because you might go in the hole.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in the hole the way they got this set up. So, only option I have is I lease the units out through a nonprofit, and I can't collect any of the rent. But the nonprofit can collect the rent, and they can't actually go after a nonprofit. So I've got a state of Illinois certificate, and I can open up a checking account. I just got to get the EIN number now, and then I can start renting.
Are you the nonprofit?
Yeah, I'm the president of the nonprofit. This is what the lawyer told me to do. He said they can't touch the assets in a nonprofit. I was like, genius. So I opened up Meditation Yoga Center, and now I'm doing free yoga classes on an Airbnb experience. And I'm a yoga teacher now, and it's all a nonprofit.
So let me get this straight. So a person signs up with you, he pays the yoga teacher a nonprofit amount of money, which turns out to be your rent.
No, my VA disability is how I'm paying the mortgage. But the nonprofit, they provide meals, we provide yoga classes, we provide hypnosis and therapy and educational services. So, I'm not paying myself a salary. I'm just running the property as a nonprofit, and the nonprofit pays all of the overhead.
Are you getting money in this way? I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, it's all through Airbnb. They rent I'm renting out the room. I'm going to rent the rooms out individually. There's I can't have a tenant. I can't have a lease. But if it's a 30-day stay and they come for a nonprofit yoga session, it's not salary. The money is being used for overhead and other meditation and yoga nonprofit activities.
It's a little hard to grasp.
You've never opened a nonprofit? I thought you opened a church.
No, it's just that you're renting a nonprofit yoga room for 30 days at a time. Is that what this is?
Yeah. That's the way I'm marketing it. I could just say it's a room for rent, but I'm trying to market it and angle it as being an experience. You have to get into the experience business on Airbnb.
I didn't even know they were in that business.
Yeah, if you got a tour bus, you could do a mafia tours of old St. Pete. Just give people.
There was a mafia here.
There's mafia in every fucking city.
Well, Chicago's famous for it.
I'm pretty sure these lawyers suing me are Bugsy Capone and Al Capone. I mean, these motherfuckers, they're a bunch of criminals. They don't give up. They are the most ruthless sharks you've ever seen. People cry and cry. Please, I have nothing. Sorry, sir, your wages are being garnished in accordance with the law. Good day to you.
You think you can get away with this?
Get away with this? There's nothing to get away with. They can't take the property from me. As long as I keep paying the mortgage. They're just another creditor. They're not my only creditor. I got this mortgage through, who was the underwriter? I can't remember who was the underwriter, but this mortgage is $600,000. I'm just a bag man trying to balance the scales, but unfortunately the scales of justice are now tipping in favor of the creditor, aka the lawyer. There's no such thing as banks, Earl. It's just fucking lawyers in the world. That's it. Just fucking lawyers. Sharks and minnows. Bugs and windshields.
Well,
my mom told me, you need to sell your stuff, get in your car, and move to your uncle's house and pay him rent. I said, why don't you move in here, live rent-free, and help me stay alive? She said, I'd rather see you in the streets.
She said what?
I'm being facetious. I'm just kidding around. I'm saying, she said, I'd rather see you in the streets. That's what everybody says. Like, just go get a job. Go live in the streets.
Does your dad know this?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
doesn't matter.
Yeah. I send him all the emails. He tells me, go get a job. I'm like, I got a job, but I'm filing a sexual harassment lawsuit against my manager for calling me a whore.
How's that working out?
It's a long process suing the federal government, you know? All the discovery, the filing of the federal lawsuit, it's expensive to file, it's complicated to file. It's not easy being your own attorney. I don't know what I'm doing. Nothing is formatted correctly.
There are attorneys who don't practice in front of the bar that you can pay them for their advice.
I know. You know what their
They're
advice?
lawyers, but they're not. They just charge you for advice.
Well, the lawyer who helped me, who's now in hospice, when I showed this other lawyer the letter that we wrote, he goes, "You wrote this?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "You could be a fucking lawyer." I was like, and the guy who wrote it for me, he's like, "Don't tell anybody I wrote it because I could get in trouble." But you know, it's basically a thesis essay, but what you do is present, you know,
He's in hospital worrying about whether he's going to get in trouble.
these lawyers can't give it up. It's a big game. They love being lawyers. You know, every day is a new
Even on
dopamine
the
rush.
deathbed?
Once a lawyer, always a lawyer. I tried to call him right now to get his last piece of advice before he dries up, but you know, he's not doing well at all. He can't get out of bed. He's bedridden now. And you know, he went to battle with some lawyers. They sued him. He lost everything, and so he put his money in a nonprofit charity, and he's been doing basketball, you know, coaching for 30 years and living off of his charity money. And but these lawyers and these corrupt judges here, he said they were connected to the mafia. They were doing like he exposed them for like some kind of a scam or something, and they went to war with him, and they even tried to kill him, like actually shoot him. And he basically had to retire early. He divorced his wife, and then he just lived off of his charity. But he had enough money in the charity, and then he got on a public Chicago Housing Authority voucher. He's been living rent free in a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo for 20 years. But now he's in hospice. But he knew somebody that got him the voucher, some alderman or something.
Oh, God. Every time you call me, and I think my head is all spun around backwards.
Possession is 9/10 of the law, you know.
My mom used to tell me that.
Because she was a real person. It's the material world that is the ultimate inversion of the spiritual world. So the material world is the spiritual world. It's the joy of life. I mean, the fact that I have a nice house that I'm living in, as opposed to living in a cockroach infested, bed bug infested, you know, single room occupancy at the YMCA, sharing a shitter. You know, Earl, you know what the funniest thing was? Even when I was living in like the worst conditions of my life, literally sleeping with bed bugs and waking up with bed bug bites, even then, I was actually still happy because I had a great piece of ass in my life. That goes to show you the power of a woman can make anything, any situation tolerable as long as you got a beautiful woman in your life. And that is just, you know, I found that God has always created an equilibrium for me, you know, that has kept me happy enough.
Have you got one now?
Maybe. I could text her right now and find out, but I'm not optimistic. But she's a little older, you know. How
old is she?
I don't know, she's 39. I'm 42, but like, you know, I'm not being picky. I'm just saying that, you know, I have my sailboat still. So this summer I'm gonna shell out the $4,000 so I can hang out at the boat at the beach for the summer and try to make that baby on that boat. Because that boat is called the Lady Hawk. And the guy who sold it to me, he had his kid on that boat. So it's possible that that boat will get me a baby boy and a wife, chained at the foot.
Promise or not, did you ever see a movie called Piano?
No.
If you get a chance, watch it on I don't know, Netflix. It's called Piano. It's a great, great movie.
The
It takes
piano.
place in New Zealand. I don't want to ruin it for you, but it's worth watching.
What's it called?
The Piano.
Is it
P-I-A-N.
the World War II movie?
No, it's nothing to do with World War II. It has to do with New Zealand being New Zealand in maybe 1850.
Oh shit.
And
Okay.
the guy imports a piano into New Zealand and the shit starts.
Okay, that sounds good. Let me see the preview. Did you ever see this movie? I sent you the link. It's called Le Roi Dansé. It's about the Sun King of France who used dance rituals in his court. He was like a dancer, and he would dance and have incredible music played, and people thought he was the sun god.
No, you told me about it? I never.
I think I sent you the link. I can send it to you again, but it's worth a watch. It's like a 2-hour movie, but it's interesting from a communication perspective because the theater in many ways is like the hub or the nexus. And so when you integrate that into a royal court and you start pretending that you're a sun god, your audience is mesmerized and they accept you as, it's like going to Disneyland.
Yeah, send it.
Let's see. Official trailer, The Piano, 6 years ago.
Who's the guy? Who's the star? More than 6 years old.
Can you hear me?
About like that guy.
I'm not gonna call him anything.
Wow. This looks good. When did you see it? Just recently?
Oh, I saw it 20 years ago.
Oh, I never heard of it.
I'm sure it's the same movie. Who's the star?
The guy from Jurassic Park.
She says it's her piano and she won't ever touch it. The family now, we all make sacrifices, and so will you. I'd like us to make a deal. There's things I'd like to do while you play.
He wants to fuck her.
If you're scared.
What's his name?
That actor, I can't remember that guy's name, but he's in a lot of movies. It's a big movie. There's big actors in that movie.
I'm not so sure that's the right movie.
This is it. It's
That plays in New Zealand?
yeah.
I'm only 20 years old. I'll tell you right now.
Holly Hunter. Harvey Keitel. That's who I was thinking about. Harvey Keitel.
Yep, that's the movie.
Yep. It looks good. I'd watch it. It's kind of interesting, those timepieces from the 1800s, because, it's easy to think that because of these cell phones, everything is that much different. But truth be told, life in the 1850s up to the 1920s or 30s could have been way better in terms of standard of living than it is now. You ever see how clean Chicago was in the 1920s in the photos? It was like paradise. It was freaking paradise. It was so nice.
Now it's anti-paradise.
It's a communist hellhole. It's a money pit. It all goes to the Chicago Teachers Union. It all goes to the police and fire pensions, to the city and sanitation, to the parks department. It's one giant fucking money suck. Ugh. You're so lucky you don't live here anymore. It's the worst. I bet you the property taxes on your little place over there, I bet you those are through the roof.
They are $2,000 a year. Wait a minute.
Yeah, you probably got to pay $300 a month just to fucking own that place. Have the privilege of owning it for the city. It's such a scam.
How much are the I'm trying to think.
It's got to be. I mean, I don't know if you get the exemptions and stuff, but it's got to be, for a
I think
studio
they're about
apartment.
7,000. You can't
No.
get exemptions except your exemptions start from the day you buy it. So Bart was paying nothing because he had it for 25 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you pass the title, the exemptions don't go with it. So the whole thing starts over again.
Are you talking about,
Taxes
you're talking about,
aren't going to go up, but they're already high.
you're talking about in Tampa?
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking about your studio in Rogers Park.
Oh, that's that kind of doesn't count because it's not real estate. It's a stock certificate.
Because it's a co-op?
Yeah, it's a co-op, so the taxes aren't very high on it. They're about.
Oh, you're right. I've seen those. I've seen those co-ops come up for sale, like off of Foster or wherever the hell it is. And fuck, man. People want a place to live, they gotta buy what they gotta buy that's affordable. But you see those co-ops come up for like 70,000. And you're like, wow, that is a cheap 1 bedroom, but it's a co-op.
This place is probably worth about 80 grand, and it's 2 bedrooms. But the taxes are.
In Rogers Park, 80 grand for a 2 bedroom? No way. Look at the comparables. You're probably higher than that.
No, what counts is what everything else is trading for in that co-op.
Oh, I see.
There's about hell, you sold it to. Did you sell when you were in the real estate business? Your only transaction was Phil Nolan.
Yep. He said to me, wow, 10%? That's high these days. I said, Phil, just sign. I was going for the jugular. I was like, I'm not wasting any time on this. I was like, just sign, Phil. He's like, all right.
I think all in, including water, electricity, everything is about $700 a month. For the not the co-op itself, but just the
Right. Isn't that crazy? Like that, you have to have a job. You can't even live. I mean, it's just, you have to have an income. Without an income, you can't even afford to live. It's, it keeps everything moving. But imagine there was a time in our history and in the culture, and you go to other countries, it's not like this. People are left alone by their government. Our government is out of control. I mean, there's the strip club near me. It says at the top, the greatest right a government can afford its citizens is the right to be left alone. I'm going through government intervention in my financial life. Everybody is always subjected to this government intervention in your financial affairs. It's insane.
Really?
If Trump can do anything, could you imagine if he could get us off of property taxes and like somehow at the federal level make it illegal, and all these municipalities have to deal with their education, their security, their fire, their water, everything based off of a different form of taxation, but not property taxation. It should be so fundamentally obvious that property taxes it should be the birthright. Like that's the goal. That's the liberty of America. Like they took it from us. It's been taken. We've become communists.
Oh shit! Now you're going a little extreme there.
Well, the Soviet Union collapsed, but did it really? Those people over there, they're not subjected to government intervention and taxation in the same way that we are.
Most of them are living in the street. It's horrible existence there, even before the war.
I agree, but if you can get over there with a nice sum of money, you can live like a king. Here, they just take it from you.
Oh yeah, you can live like a king because they're fucking the rubles trading at about half a penny.
I know.
Per dollar.
I went on eBay and I bought some antique rubles, $50 note, $100 notes. It is no different than our dollars. The serial numbers, the verbiage, the Soviet dollars compared to U.S. dollars were like the exact same thing in terms of like tech complexity, and
Except for one little problem.
they collapsed.
They're liquid.
Right. I mean, there's no backing to it anymore. So I don't, do you think they're going to go digital in this country and get rid of the dollar? I get the feeling they're going to try to get rid of the dollar.
No, I don't think they will. That's one of the strengths. The dollar is paper all over the world that the world accepts. Don't take that lightly. That was earned over 70 years.
I know,
Give that up.
wouldn't the point is if they go digital?
There was straight digital. The dollar would be in competition with Bitcoin, and the U.S. can't have that. No, they're not going to ever give up paper. Paper's the strength of the dollar. It's a piece of paper.
I know, but the argument for digitizing dollars is there's a couple good arguments for it that the liberals could utilize to convince the government to enact a de-dollarization policy. One is that they can censor you and shut your account down, shut down your ability to spend, tracking, and all that.
Can happen to the dollar. The worst single thing is it becomes worthless. Nobody wants it. So what's going to replace it?
A CBDC.
How many illegal transactions are done every day in dollars? How many? Billions.
Well, see, India, I don't know if you remember, they took certain currency notes out of circulation, and everybody, if they remember that? That's what they could do here, where they say they could say that fives, tens, 20s are no longer valid fiat. You have to turn them in and put them in the bank, and then get reissued a CBDC or a digital currency.
You're going to see the dollar going straight to shit. That won't happen. Sorry. In fact, the strength of the dollar is that it is paper around the world.
Mm-hmm. I agree. It's liquid. What's interesting about it is most people don't. I've probably told you this before, that most people don't realize that paper money is actually canvases, and it's technically rare artwork. That's all it really is. It's just rare artwork.
I think I read that somewhere.
So what does that tell you, though? The maxim is that all communication is hypnosis. So technically, when you look at a 10 or a 20 or a 50, at a very quick rate, you're being hypnotized by that document. And that document, when you pass it to somebody else, it's an automatic hypnosis. Oh, you just passed me a 50? So there's a communication printed on that paper, and the words on there basically say that it's God, Mammon or something like that. I mean, it's...
Well, if they digitize the dollar, I can't even imagine what would happen. It seems impossible to do it.
Well, the point is, if there's a bankruptcy, and they say, okay, we are now approaching exponential growth in terms of servicing the U.S. debt, and there's a global movement towards digitization of fiat. And don't think that the central banks aren't already hypothesizing this, because
they are. Central banks are, but the rest of the world would shit their pants. It would be horrible. But there's nothing to replace the dollar with paper-wise.
Your cell phone. Don't you see it? The cell phone.
Yeah, but if you do the cell phone, guess what? Now they got Bitcoin problems. Bitcoin is a way better digital dollar than digital money than the dollar will ever be.
The government could outlaw Bitcoin in a second and turn all the Bitcoin holders.
I know. Believe me, they've tried. If they could outlaw, they would. Notice it's still floating around. It's like 90,000.
I know, but what if the U.S. Treasury and the Federal Reserve issue the CBDC coin or the Fed coin, and they compete with a Bitcoin, and they buy up all the Bitcoin even. I mean, this is what people are saying, is that governments are going to have to start hoarding Bitcoin, and it's going to drive the price up to $1 million a coin. And when it hits that $100,000 mark, see, this is, in my opinion, it's all a lie. It's all propaganda. It's all hypnosis, and it's tulip mania. And unfortunately, people who think they have a lot of money in Bitcoin and they never spend it, it's the sucker's trade. I mean, you've done day trading. The guy who was doing the opposite trades next to you offered to take you to lunch, right? He said, "Thanks, losers. I did exactly opposite of everything you did. Can I take you to dinner?" So, my point is, if you got it, you should spend it, or at least spend it effectively, whether that's investing it in a real business or buying, assets that can possibly grow in value. But to just leave it as pixels in your Coinbase or exterior wallet, you're retarded. You can't figure out a way to how to spend it. That's what people who have all this money, they can't even figure out how to spend it because they want to spend it effectively, and they can't figure that out.
That's true.
There's so much money sitting out there that can never get spent because the people that are in control of those funds, they can't even figure out ways how to effectively spend it because they know everywhere they spend, it's a negative return. Chasing yield and finding, yield curves and assets, that's a valuation type of thing. I mean, you have to have aesthetic taste. You have to have culture. You have to know trends. You have to know psychology. I mean,
No, then it'll never. If you have to know all that, it'll never work. It's got to be as simple as paper.
but your dollar is not such a simple instrument because of the technicalities it printed on the paper. There's so much information on your dollar, like the all-seeing eye, the pyramid, the Latin, and all that stuff. 99% of people could never even tell you what is on their paper. They can't.
They don't have to. They just have to know the next person accepts it. That's the whole value.
I get it, but the whole thing is based on faith. The full faith and credit of the United States government. It's an illusion. And the real, the inflation and the grocery store prices. You go there, you go to a grocery store, you can't leave without spending $100 now. I mean, it's impossible. Everything is, it's only going up, and you know it based on the numbers. The 4% inflation target rate of the Federal Reserve is an impossibility based on the debt service ratios. Like this country is already going hyperbolic. It's just a question
What do
of.
you think is going to happen to gold coins?
I think they're as valuable as anything else. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of gold coins that get sold are fakes, manufactured in China, put into plastic capsules.
Well, that's true, but this is before they did all that. They're still genuine gold. I think silver is going to take off if all this is the case.
People are addicted to communication, Earl. And the problem with gold and silver is it's not addictive enough. People's cell phones is the biggest addiction ever created in human history.
If you go to the food store and if you think $100 is expensive, what if it's $1,000? Unless, of course, you give them a silver dollar.
That's the problem with numismatics and bullion, is that it's a fantastic preserver of wealth, but you can't go to the grocery store and pay with a $500 coin. You just can't.
Not yet, but you haven't seen, $25 for a dozen eggs either.
Well, see, I think all that stuff is relative. Everything maintains its paradigm, and in terms of conversions and comparisons, if there's mass inflation for the price of eggs, you would expect that the price of gold coins is also going to rise. However,
but what's going to happen? The egg sellers are going to sell gold coins.
Well, everything gets thrown up into the air when a nuclear bomb detonates. Wouldn't you agree? And the Russians just tested an ICBM today. This is the thing about time, is that you and I will both disappear. It's only a matter of hours. But it could be 72 hours, or it could be 2,000 hours or 16,000. You know, it's coming. Our decimation is on the way. And whether Vladimir Putin decides to, you know, retaliate with a nuke because his country is being invaded and he thinks they're going to try to kill him. I mean, listen, things. Don't you think things will progress like a drama or a movie? I mean, and a tragedy. I hope you're not optimistic. That's the funniest thing about life is it's like again
Well, the U.S. has been trying to get rid of Russia for 30 years. So I mean, what happened in Ukraine and the Maiden, whatever, blah 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 blah, was just what the U.S. wanted. They were trying to get rid of Russia, and Putin's acting like an asshole, not going down easy.
exactly. It's like my bankruptcy attorney. You know, he's like, can't you just get a fucking job, you deadbeat? I'm like, don't you know you can't beat somebody who's dead? They're already dead. I had an ego death, sir. Get a fucking job, you deadbeat.
Could you get your job back if you wanted it? Maybe.
Probably not. At this point, there's no way that they wouldn't already have all the paperwork ready for me to go. They're ready. Turn your laptop in. You're done here.
Well, they're hiring all these IRS agents.
That's what they tell you. Good luck getting in.
You think it's bullshit?
It's all bullshit. They are such a fucked up organization that if Trump doesn't gut it, he's an idiot. If he doesn't gut all this shit, he's an idiot. I gotta tell you. If he doesn't gut it, because it is such a waste of fucking money, such a scam, such a
Well, does it bring in money? Does the IRS bring in money net or not?
Trillions, yeah, but their budget's like 120 billion. So you're spending 120 billion to bring in 2 trillion, but you're spending 4 trillion. It's fucking stupid. The math doesn't work out. The country's broke. That's what I'm saying. This will be the most, if he is actually a libertarian in nature and wants to balance the books, which I don't think he will, because nobody's that stupid. Nobody's going to say, let's stop spending. If you get the keys to the castle and you say, hey, don't touch the treasury, it's the biggest scam in the world. We keep electing these people who keep just pilfering the treasury. That's all they are. They're just a bunch of fucking liar, fraud, thieves, scam artists, pilferers. You know, Trump is the least of all. He's not going to say, hey, you know, let's cut back on the spending. He's not going to. He's not going to.
But he spent more money, would you believe this? He spent more money than Obama and what's his name combined.
Yeah, because of COVID. Yep. He's the biggest cheat of them all, really. But none of it would be possible without Congress.
Spender in history.
The Congress, I have video footage of everybody who voted yes for the HEROES Act, and I looked up all their Twitter accounts, X accounts, and I messaged them all. I said, you're traitor number 1, traitor number 2, traitor number 3. I messaged every single person in the Congress that voted. You know, it takes a long time, but most people are just looking at Netflix.
There must be some website that does that for you.
It's called X. Are you on X, Elon Musk's platform?
No, I've never been on it.
Oh, you got to get on that thing. If you're an information junkie like me, you'll love it.
I'm not. You see, I'm not an information junkie.
You're a Buddhist now?
Well, I've been a Buddhist for 20 years.
I'm just saying, you know, words. I get it. It's a waste of time, but the material world is where it's at. But if you can engage in the digital communications, you can make money, you know, and buy things in the material world. It's all hypnosis. It's all marketing. It's all propaganda. It wants your eyeballs. It wants your brain. It wants to deliver an ad to you. You are a part of the equation. Without you, it doesn't work. But this is the golden era. This is like pirate radio. The internet really still is pirate radio. Look at MSNBC and Comcast. They're liquidating. They're cutting salaries. Nobody's looking at the cable. Everybody's...
Well, what's his name's got 10 times the audience.
Who?
He's taking them all up.
Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
people are screen addicts, Earl. Don't you know that people are looking at their phones 12 hours a day? I mean, literally.
Yeah, I'm one of them, Schmuck. How do you think I live here? You think I'm looking at a wall?
I thought you're just in an orange gown saying "Om Mani Padme Hum" eight hours a day or something. I thought you were a Buddhist.
No. I have beautiful breakfast, watch YouTube, beautiful lunches, watch YouTube, beautiful dinners, watch YouTube. Once in a while, your dad and I get into it.
Yeah.
Just the other day, we got into it again.
Yeah, I was exchanging emails with Sima. Sima was so funny. And then my dad is so funny in return. It's like, I wish my dad could see that there's like a linguistic game happening, that there's gamemanship between brothers and sisters. It's hard to recognize it, but it's.
No, it's not gamesmanship. This is the idea of words. What, blah, 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 and I really go around and around.
I know, but Alan Watts and all the research into philosophy, states that the words, um, I don't know. The thing is love. Like how do you not love your sister? How do you not love your brother? How do you not love your father, your mother? I mean, love is the way. The way is love, and all these words do.
But you'll be getting a fight with. You got a fight with your dad at times, and during those times, maybe he didn't love you, you didn't love him, you were in a fight.
No, I never stopped loving him. I mean, I've always been pretty adamant in my positions, but the whole thing is opinion making is the problem. There is a great way which supersedes people's opinions, and most people's facts are just opinions. So there's a destiny, and if you can tap into that source or go within and know that are not some mere fluke. I mean, the way these lawyers talk down to you, the way they make you feel, they make you think that you're like a primordial slime, that you shouldn't even exist. But there's no law that says you have to pay back debt. But the garnishments, the turnovers, this asset forfeiture, seizures, I mean, these people are criminals. Make no doubt about it. They're taking things that God did not give them. They're taking things from private citizens. We are living we're living in a terror state in many ways. Even going back to 9/11. And even the events in Ukraine and everything else, all this stuff is outside the boundaries of our Constitution. We are free, independent people, and the liberties they have taken from us, I hope to God Trump can restore because, this election was very decisive. And we are in a very unique time in American history where we could fuck it up, and it's got to be managed professionally. And that's why people voted Trump. I mean, my problem is a microcosm of the bigger problem. That's the irony. Is it's like I think I got a problem. We got bigger problems than my little problem. This country is like about to implode or explode.
Well, if it implodes, what happens to the rest of the world?
I don't know. The baby boomers are gonna flee like cockroach. If there's a nuclear blast on the east coast of the United States, I mean, just imagine how bad the stock market will react. Your Dow at 45,000 will drop to 28,000 in 7 days. There will be a total reevaluation of the valuation of the market. People's pensions, life savings wiped out, and the market is at an all-time high. Remember what happened when COVID hit? Literally, the market was imploding so quick every day. It was unbelievable. Circuit breakers popping, market shutdowns. It's going to come again. There's a black swan event coming with the baby boomers. That's why they're called baby boomers. They're going to boom. They don't know how to meditate. They don't know how to do yoga and shut the fuck up. Look at Barton and Linda. I'll cut your tits off, screaming at each other 24 hours a day. Turn the fucking lights off, Barty! People can't even live with each other. They can't even talk to each other. You think some clown diplomat at the State Department with purple hair and a rainbow pin on, dealing with some KGB fucking jujitsu combat warrior, you think that they respect these people? They think we're the great Satan. They think we're Babylon because we have all these fucked up, retarded people in positions of power. So You know, there's a great awakening coming, but there is a great reckoning coming. And that's why I say they're called baby boomers. Your generation has yet to boom. There's gonna be a nuclear bomb. It's gotta happen based on the situation and the communication. It's coming. And look,
One nuclear bomb in the U.S. or where?
somewhere, but the point is, look what happened in Ukraine when Biden said, launch the long range weapon systems. Russia now considers themselves at war with NATO. And this is this is the CIA like vanguard doing these things. This isn't the Congress or the people or the voters. This is like a quasi independent deep state doing what they're doing. And if you really think, and they tried to blow Trump's head off, if you really think these people aren't going to go down without causing World War III or attempting to detonate a thermonuclear warhead, this is what they do.
You got me depressed.
Don't be depressed. Alan Watts says this is how stars are born. They blow the planet up with nukes. You're about to become a star, baby. Don't be depressed. Be happy now. There's only the now. That's the whole point of Alan Watts, is be happy now. There's no tomorrow. There's no yesterday. There's only the NOW. And we haven't evaporated into a nuclear holocaust yet. But don't think that it can't come. And when that day comes, you'll be like, oh, fuck. We did it. We did this. I mean, do you know my mom used to date a guy who builds nuclear weapons? I went skiing with him. He works at Sandia. He started out in mining, and he's like an engineer. But yeah, he works on General Dynamics or Raytheon nuclear weapon systems. $30 billion a year budgets. Anyways, be happy, Earl. I just call you always to remind you that you're the eternal dancer, that even if there's a nuclear war, I mean, you're still going to be spinning into outer space. You're already spinning in outer space right now. You think anything's going to change even if you evaporate and turn into a radiological, swamp thing? I mean, you might end up in your forest, in your backyard, after a massive radiation dose, and you'll become like some kind of an evolutionary Ashkenazi.
Yeah, but it won't be my backyard. Somebody's going to take it, even if I put it in a land trust. I've been thinking about putting the house in a land trust.
Good luck. None of these trusts mean ugats. When somebody wants what you got and they can get it, they get it. Then you got to get a lawyer to defend the trust. It's just the perpetual bullshit with these lawyers never fucking ends. It makes me want to go to law school so I can just get involved in people's personal lives and make them even more miserable. Oh, you want to get a divorce? Yeah, I'm a lawyer. Here's my card. Call me. I'll do your divorce for really cheap. Next thing you know, I just talked to my mom. She was like, when I moved to Albuquerque, she's like, this is how I hid the money from your father. And she's like telling me, anyways,
You don't know it?
They froze her checking account. My dad's attorney, Alan, made her take out all the money from the bank and give it to him, and she concealed all these other assets. Yeah, she admitted to me today.
Because he had custody of you two?
She was surrendering custody to him, and they wanted to get money out of her before she runs out of the state. So they wouldn't let her move out unless she surrendered her checking account of like 15 grand. But